So is this fifth video? That should be, I'm telling you, this should be the last. I really never mean to talk this long or to cover this long, but it always ends up to be. And I see people so sleepy. So sorry. Let me look. Mike. Where's Mike? Find Mike. Okay, there you go. Oh, there you are. I was trying to find you, Mike. Okay. All right, there you host. All right, so I was in the middle of it, but anyway, so that was okay. Erwin, do you want to say what you learned, because October did it? Go ahead.
Hello, ma'am.
Okay.
Actually, all the things that you've been discussing just a while ago was also discussed from our previous meeting. The only thing that I need to point out now that I do not have is the professional book that we have to read, I think, so that if ever asked, by the interviewer, then we could have answers and check for the specific book that I think that could fit my personality.
Okay, I want you to go to go ahead and go to Amazon.com. And I want you to look at the books that, for example, start with the books I have, and you can just
I have here a lot of title, and I think all of these things are totally helpful to us, especially these applicants with me, because I'm worried about this because a principal from Massachusetts emailed me to have an interview, but she liked it to be in person, and I told her that I couldn't make it because I'm in the Philippines.
And what did she say?
So she didn't reply anymore. I just emailed her again that if ever and she is still interested to interview me, then I will still available if ever in the near future.
Yeah, that's a good one. But you should not have said no anyway. You say, can you send me a Zoom link?
Yeah, actually, ma'am, I told her on what platform are we going to have the interview, and she replied that it should be in person, and she's asking me what specific time I could be in that specific school. She's telling me, but I told her that I can make it because I'm in the Philippines.
That's funny. You must.
So
you must.
I think this is another help for us.
Well, good. And I'm glad we did a review. It's always good to review. And I felt like a broken record in some things, but sometimes, a lot of time we have new folks. And I don't know if some folks actually look at the videos, but I hope that they do some, because even though you just can it, because that would help. Mike, when you do the snippets that I told you about, 2 to 3 minutes to, up to 4 minutes, we need to put like a title of what the topic is, and
yes, ma'am. Yeah, I think it's better.
Yeah, better put a title.
Yes.
What's one of the ones that gave me a sample was really a very good video with all the effects, and they have the little extra video on the side, the names. I don't remember what the name of it was.
It's Sir, I think. Wait,
right?
I'm going
a very
to check.
Nice one. He's one of the
it has it has a new he used different effects.
Yeah, I would love for
video.
us to do that. If you can find out from him some information, and if it's a software we have to buy, I will buy it. Okay, I'll just buy it online and then let you use it, whatever, because I think that would be cool to have our own. The dream is to make a YouTube channel of our videos in snippets. Like, nobody wants to watch a whole 2-hour video, but if you put it in 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, tops, 5 minutes tops, because the rule is when you're showing a video in your classroom, it should be less than 5 minutes, or you're putting the kids to sleep. In fact, I told my teachers 2 to 3 minutes. If you're going to do a snippet, you need to do that, because some kids will just sleep on you. In fact, if it's going to be long, I stop it, talk about it, then I go on. I stop it, like that, because if it's too long. Because otherwise the kids are just like, okay, this is time for me to nap because the teacher's showing this long video, and I actually had a situation where a teacher turned off all the lights, and it was a junior high, and some kids were doing some feeling there.
Oh my God.
Yeah. A little boy decided he was going to feel some things, so you need to be watchful for that on your junior high and high school. I don't know if it ever happens in the Philippines, but it happened here, and that was reported to me. And so I'm like, oh my goodness, that was a surprise to me. But just be careful when you're showing a video, still put a light on that's not completely dark, because you're just giving the hormonal, teenager some ideas. You don't want to do that. Okay. Don't do that. Just always think safety. Okay. Next. Thank you for sharing, by the way, that, Erwin. All right. I'm sure Mike was like, oh, it's been there, done that. See, I've heard her say that. I think he attends every meeting. Anyway, okay, Eden, is there something you picked up from our meeting?
Yeah, I learned a lot. Actually, this is my first time to join this meeting as well. Okay. And it's my first time also to see you. Okay. And I'm so grateful for all your, the sharing, and you're right. You said that you're the least intimidating person, and because I feel like I really want to, right now I said to myself, I love to be where you are right now. Like, if in Arkansas, I want to be there, because
I want you all to be here.
Guys.
Yeah, I want you all to be here. I do. I really do. I'll drive. I was lucky enough, fortunate enough, Eden, that when I was younger, when we were younger, when I was going to school, we had 2 planes. We had, my husband at least would always had 1 plane. He's a pilot too, private plane. And so anywhere I want to go, he would just take me. We would go somewhere in Texas to help get hamburger. It's pretty cool. But it was handy because we live in the boonies. We live in the country. I mean, it's nothing expensive. I'm not bragging or anything. It's just something simple, 4-seater. And so there are 2 kids. So we could just go, there's a plane, a show. There's a show there, a flight, so we would go over there, land there, and then watch. So it's pretty handy. So yeah, I would love for you to be here. My husband always said, well, I wish you still have my plane so I could fly you there. And I'm like, I can just drive. My husband unfortunately had 2 strokes. So we had to sell both planes. He does not need to fly anymore. And so he's also 31 years older than me. If you're friends on Facebook with me, you see, but I love him to death. He's my love of my life. And he's the only boyfriend I ever had. So, so that's it. But anyway, all right, next. Miss October, Todd, Erwin.
I haven't shared what I have learned yet.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. My bad. I told you my memory is bad.
I just said thank you.
You're welcome. Go ahead and share.
Yeah, actually, the first thing, because you called me right in the beginning to introduce myself and to tell all those things for the interview, right? So it's it's been a long time that I have gone into interview, because I've been in the work for a long time already. So for this one, it's like a new learning that I have to really include those professional background and also to say thank you at the end. Yeah. I was actually thinking, did I say thank you after I said about myself? Yeah, so yeah, those are the learnings I have. And then also, yeah, to be reminded to be professional, because right now here in Thailand, we keep on wearing masks, so we don't really put makeup anymore. Oh, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are the things, little things. But right now you have shared so many things, like classroom management, handling yourself with the students, to be a manager in the classroom, all those things, and yeah, and so many things. You said you're walking from side to side, who's listening to you, because they turn their heads on you when you're at the right, and then you go to the left, so you should be in the center. So actually, there's so many things. Yeah, I learned from you.
Thank you for that. Well, yeah, when I observe, I always paid attention to that, and I would make a comment to one of my teachers. I would say, "Do you realize that you always stay on the left side?" And the left side of the room, you're addressing their needs, but how about the other side? So, oh, Merlina, I didn't even know that I do that. And I'm like, well, I just want you to be aware, so you can pay attention to that next time. It's no big deal. That's why I said, I always just say that, because you need to know, and also pay attention. And my rule to myself is don't call 3 boys in a row or 3 girls in a row. And my kids were like, that was 3 boys. So that was 3 girls. They would actually help me watch, because I told them, help me watch that I don't, because a lot of times I would look at the faces and see the ones that might get the answer, because I don't ever want to embarrass a child. And I would always say, For example, if I call a boy, Mike, I said, Mike, and if Mike doesn't know, I would say, okay, Mike, I want you to call a friend to help you. So friends, you need to throw Mike, some lifesaver here. You need to help him. It's the least thing that I don't want Mike to be embarrassed because he didn't know the answer. So he gets the power of calling a friend to help him. And you give that power to that person, right? Because remember, middle school and up especially, you don't want to embarrass them, that you are putting them in a spot. Okay, especially if they're not listening or something. So anyway, so yeah, my kids would say, "Oh, Ms. McCullough, 3 girls in a row." I said, okay, let's call a boy. Okay, next. Okay, yes, Marie. Who's that? Yeah, Giselle, go ahead.
Hi, tonight talk, I really learned so many things. But what is in my mind, I really put this in my mind is to dress up when that's really, I'm not really good at dressing up, and I'm a bit guilty for today. I'm not well dressed because honestly, I'm on a maternity leave. I have delivered twin babies.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Hey,
Then
you
I
look
just
fine, Giselle. You look fine to me. You look fine.
yeah.
To me.
I just put them to sleep. Then I remembered it's already time, so that's why I'm a little bit late. But I'm really excited to join the meeting today. So that's why I'm a bit guilty with the clothing that I have today.
Oh, you
But
are
really,
fine.
I'm really, I was really I was thinking maybe next time I'm gonna bring notes, because sometimes our memory will fail. Yeah,
Mine is
I'm
bad.
gonna bring notes, and I'm gonna write everything that that's really important. And I told Abigail and Leslie I'm gonna follow when they were when they were leaving. We were having this some kind of farewell meeting with them, with the friends. We were friends really, and I said I will follow, and that's why I really love the place.
Good.
And
They showed you,
I saw the one in the bamboo, the picture that it's like the scene is about like bamboos. I'm not sure it's really bamboos. It's
that's my
like
pond.
tall.
That's my pond. Yeah, that's my pond.
Yeah. I said I will go there. I really love the place. And
that's my parang probinsya talaga. Yeah.
Oh yes, ma'am. Ganahan gyud kog probinsya.
Yeah. Oh, me too. But I like the city too. But probinsya is good. Yeah. But thank you so much. By the way, I told folks here that if you have relatives or close friends, make sure you be aware of that. So if you want, because especially in schools where they're the only one, they need a support, they need somebody, a roommate or whatever, you let me know, because I would like for you to room with somebody that you already know. That way they don't have to start over. They already know, like Abby and Leslie. They were going to be split up and have Leslie living in one house and Abby in one house. And they were like, what do you think? And I'm like, guys, it's your money that you're going to be using to rent. I'm not going to make that decision for you. But this is what you need to do. You already promised this group of teachers that you're going to room with them. And they're already counting on that. So I want you to work it out. But I'm not going to solve that problem for you. You need to solve that problem with the others. And they solved it. But anyway, so I understand you are, you're not a niece and aunt, you're going to want to live together. You don't want to live 30 minutes away, because they work at different schools, you see. It's only 15 or 20 minutes from each other. So it's no big deal. Okay, so in the area there where Mike and Dina will be, it's about, there's about more than 20 teachers there that are Filipinos. So in fact, I'm thinking about having like a big reunion thing, an orientation thing, and have a lechon or something. I'm really trying to get that. Yeah, I'm really trying to get that together, but I was wanting to wait till you all get here. But if we do it before you get here, well, I'm sorry, we'll have to do something else. I don't know how long you'll be here. Anyway, okay, next, anybody else? We are wrapping up because I always say I don't want to talk this long, but we always end up doing it. Okay, next. I know I want to know from Maria. Maria, I know we kind of intimidated you. It's your first time, but how do you feel now?
Feel great, ma'am.
Great. Okay. What are the things that you picked up?
Actually, I just enjoyed listening from all your topics a while ago, ma'am. Some, like for example, the tips during an interview, I think I really need that. And looking forward, Doc Merlina, that you will still give us more tips on that.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. And in fact,
and
if you get a copy of all my past videos, I had so many, huh? I had so many. Yeah.
Thanks. And of course, the strategies that you had shared with us, especially during the class,
Mhm.
and as well as the dealing with parents and our students.
Yes.
I think that's all for
Yeah. Good.
tonight.
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
You're gonna get a copy of this video, so you can actually review this. So it's a good thing. But you know what? I always took notes. I still do when I'm attending something, because I guess I'm a visual kinesthetic learners, and visual kinesthetic learners have to see it and have to do something with your body, which is your writing part. And that's how I learn. So I am either writing something or typing something. So you don't ever see me just listening. I always am doing something. Like right now when I'm talking to you, I was like writing on the side of things that I need to remind you to tell you, because I think that's how your brain, they said that the brain will remember it better if you wrote it. So always write it. In fact, I went to a class of handwriting analysis. My sister and I went to handwriting analysis, and that's one of the things that they said, that you have to write it down, because your brain, that's kind of connected to your brain. What you're thinking is what you're going to write down. And that's why your handwriting is actually going to be changing when you get like older, because your brain is also changing. They can actually tell from the handwriting if somebody has some kind of like Alzheimer's or something. It actually shows if somebody does the handwriting and they're like, when you do your signature, I want you to look at your signature, okay? And when your signature, like for example, when I put Merlina McCullough, and if I put Merlina and I make a little thing on top, or kind of make a mess of it, that means you're gonna have problem. You have a mother issues. If you do something with your father with the last name, you have father issues. And it's so funny because we were in business, my husband and I, right, in cable, and I would get the check, right, and I would look at the check and oh, this person had a mother issue. In my mind, I don't tell them that, of course, but anyway. That's what handwriting analysis does. Okay, yeah. So Mike, what is your issue? Which part do you mess up? The first or last name?
I think the last name.
So you have father issues.
Because yeah, because even though it's only 4 letters, I just make it a little check upward like that.
Oh, the little check at the end.
Yeah.
If it's like that means you're mean, that's meanness, or that's kind of like not a good relationship. But if it's flowing, like not sharp, if it's not sharp, it's curvy, not sharp, then it's okay. But if it's like really sharp, that means meanness or not a good thing, not a good relationship.
Yeah, it depends upon the paper that I'm going to sign.
Okay, got it. All right, so now that's another extra learning that you have there. Okay, next, Maria Teresa, do you have something you picked up? Because I know you've attended a few.
Yeah, Doc. I already attended, and I think I'm happy that I attended again for refresher. Yes, because I was interviewed one time, but unfortunately I was not hired. So for me, this is a big help. So that maybe next time, if I'll be having another interview, I can improve my answers.
Okay, so what would you do differently now that you have learned a little bit more from our Zoom plus our support group? What would you have done differently? What would you have answered differently? What would you change?
I think I would change I would be giving examples.
Good.
Yeah, my own experiences,
Yes.
real life experience.
Yes, perfect.
Yes, I think that's the one that I should be change if ever I'll have a interview.
Good.
Thank you, Doc, for the
tips.
This one.
Yeah, but when you all say that, oh, I learned a lot, I'm like, oh, did I give too much? Because you remember our brain can only handle 5 to 7 chunks of information. Did I just like give too much of brain overload? But at least it's recorded, so you can always review. But anyway. Okay, so thank you for that, Maria Teresa. And how about Giselle? To pick up anything, one thing. Remember what I said? I said, I'm thankful if you pick up one thing. Or more.
I guess I really did my talk, Doc, a while ago.
See? You learned that I'm very forgetful. Even in I think I have beginning Alzheimer's. No, beginning Alzheimer's is you remember the long time ago and you forget that, oh my gosh, I'm beginning. Okay. Then somebody that has not, let me, Mike, did you pick up a new
It's
thing?
Mary.
Mary.
It's Mary
Yeah.
Norma. Yeah, Mary Nor.
Mary,
Yes.
yes, go ahead, Mary.
Yes, hi, Doc.
Yes.
Hello, Doc. Yes, okay.
Hi.
Yes, yeah, actually, this is my first time to join this Zoom with you, Doc. Then I feel great that I got a lot of information, and
Good.
yeah, you shared us the different experience that you have there while teaching in the US, and yeah, from the for the advices that we're going to, if we're going to have an interview, is very helpful for us for our future interview for our future principal, if ever they're going to have our interview, and the strategies, the technique that we're going to use while we're going to teach in US, and how we're going to deal with the parents, with the student that those students who have different behaviors like that, and also the different approaches that we're going to use for our teaching in the US.
Okay, very good. You got lots better memory than me. You remember a lot more. You know, I had a way better memory before. And then as soon as I started becoming 50, then I felt like it just went downhill from there. And I think maybe because I also have so many things in my mind, that too many things that I have to do. And I think that's my story. I'm going to stick to that. So that's it. But anyway, I am done. I usually want to kind of make it like a fun thing, you know, like in the end, it needs to be relaxing. It needs to be just kind of informal, you know, because there should not be, and I become sad, Maria, whenever you say you're intimidated, because really I'm not. Do you believe me now, Maria? Lovely. I'm not. Please tell others I'm not. Okay. But if you haven't sent us, your me, McCullough@gmail.com. If you have not sent me your CV and your cover letter, anyway, that will get you started on my list. But really, when you send me that, I will send you a list of the others. But right now, to get you in my list, you need to give me your CV and your cover letter, and try to have a picture on there, because I also take your picture and put it in a column where they can see your picture. When they just see my list, they can see your picture already. And so that's why if you sent me like Erwin did with his recording, there's also a link to his recording. And then that way they click on that and they will see him doing his introduction. To me, that's so powerful. I know some others are not sending me that, but I really think if you do send that, you are giving yourself a little extra edge, because they see you already. Because what they're worried about is the fluency. They're worried about, is this teacher going to be fluent enough where our students can understand this person? That's always a common concern that I hear. So I said, well, then I'm going to start putting video in there, a short video, so you can hear them. And that's why I told my administrator friends that you will have a whole new column with the link to their video. And so that's what I'm going to do. And I have only, Mike, there's not very many that had sent it, huh, Mike? Maybe, I don't know, 4?
Which no?
The 2-minute video. They have not sent very many. So
I only received 2.
Yeah. So there's not very many. You know, I think I received 2 also directly to me. But what we need to do is, we got lots of things, I guess, on September 15th was the deadline. I said about the 2-minute video and then the Google Sheet thing. If you have not had that, we may have to post it again. But those are things that are so helpful to me. And also, I kind of would like to have, you know, those things come to me as data in a form, in a graph things and so on. And I like to see some information about us as a group. You know, those Google Forms are really helpful, you know, because it does it for you automatically. And so I love, as you can tell, I love Google anything. So yeah, Google Suite. But anyway, well, it's time for us to go. 5 to 7 chunk of information had been brain overload, but you know, but hope to see you. Yeah.
What's your email again?
It's my last name, McCullough, McCullough, and then Merlina, Merlina @gmail. Just my last name, first name @gmail. Yeah.
With doctor,
Yes.
right? With doctor.
Yeah. And also for those who are not a member of our group chat and also the our FB group.
Yeah.
I think I sent the link a while ago in previous session, right?
Yeah, I just made you a moderator on the FB group. Did you see that, Mike?
Yeah, yes, Doc. Yes,
Yeah.
Doc. I saw.
I did not know how many you can do as administrators. I just put moderator, just the same rights anyway, Mike. So yeah. So anyhow, okay. Well, thanks again so much for attending, and it was really fun for me. But anyway, I wish you the best. I do hope that you will get interviews. I have sent your names everywhere. So the thing is, people are already starting. So when they call you for an interview, they are desperate. That means they really want somebody now. And I'm really thinking that when you get an interview, try to encourage them that, you know, there's H-1B visa. It's going to take 2 to 6 months. And I'm going to work, I've been working on this with Dina and Mike's school, that can you do an online while waiting for you to get your visa? If they go ahead and hire you and then do an online class with your class already, I think that would be best. That way you can still just do it online and you already paid the dollars, you know what I mean? And that's what I've been working on Mike's. In fact, Mike, when I meet with the boss of the Department of Ed, he's actually over your school because it's got taken over, you know? So I'm gonna mention that if we can do that, they already hired teachers and we have the technological capabilities, you know, we can maybe do that. Can we do that? And I think the issue that they will bring up is because of the Social Security number, that they do not want to, they cannot really pay you because of the IRS and the taxes thing if you don't have Social Security. And that's, you know, like Maria's school, they went ahead and just used 999, all 9, you know, 999-99-9999. You know, those are the format of the Social Security. If you put that, that's like a holder. It's like a temporary Social Security that they put in, and that's acceptable. But what happened is in your school, they did that one time, and they have like an Indian teacher, somebody from India, and it was a big mess. Like they got audited, and it was a big mess for the school. It took them forever to fix it. So now they're like gun shy. They're like afraid to do it. So they're one of the schools that would not even want to do a temporary one. They just want you to like come here, go get your Social Security card. In 2 weeks, you get it, and boom, you're done. That's what they want. And so that's what's stopping them from like really doing the online thing, just because of the tax thing. Unless I could talk to them like, hi, can you just pay them like all their money when they get here? You know, anyway, something like that. But still, the point is you get to know your students already. You know, you do not start in, you know, in the middle of the year. You're actually starting with them on month 1. You know, and that's what I'm pushing. Is like they need to know their teachers, because if you arrive in their life, you know, 2 or 3 months later, you have not established your rules and your procedures and your routines, you know, and you can do that online if you start now. But anyway, we'll see. No promises. Okay, it's their control, not mine. So, but I'll try to push. Okay, all right, I'm gonna go. And so
Thank you.
bye. Good night. Sorry.
Bye.
Good night.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.